Hi, my name is Alyssa and I draw a lot of Animal Crossing characters. I've actually been playing a lot more than drawing anything. Between New Horizons coming out, obviously I've been devoting a lot of time to that, and also the fact that I had to get a replacement pen nib for my Apple Pencil that didn't arrive until yesterday, so I haven't been able to get a lot of new drawing done, so this video is kind of a throwback. This piece I actually finished about 2 years ago, and I kept mentioning in other videos that I wanted to do a Speedpaint video about it because I thought it would be interesting to show some of my slightly older work, and also it's Animal Crossing related, so it's still topical. So this is a piece I did back in, I want to say 2017, 2018, not sure, but I wanted to do all of the food villagers, all the villagers whose designs are food inspired. They're serving fast food at a little restaurant. It's interesting to see the stylistic change of how more minimalist and, simplistic the Animal Crossing art I do now is. And another reason why I wanted to do the more anime style art for the piece I posted last week of Isabelle and Tom Nook on the beach, I wanted to draw Animal Crossing characters with outlines again like this. So this piece has line art in it, and I kind of like this style. I also like the style of the New Leaf piece I did a few years back that's also on my channel. I'll put a card up in the corner, link to that. I want to try to do more pieces kind of in this vein, though with, more skill than previously. Like, I had a lot of trouble doing the colors in this piece, and I feel like I understand color and light a lot better now, and I feel like if I was to approach this piece now, it would be a lot more interesting to look at and more, just better, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. I guess what I'm trying to say is that this piece would just be stronger if I had drawn it today versus when I drew it. But it's still fun to watch my process from back then and how different it is than now. Here I'm just roughly sketching in the takeout window and the little soft serve ice cream machine. I thought it would be fun to do, it's so interesting that my New Leaf town, I always wanted it to be a beachy community, hence the name Pacifica, which is what I've named my island in New Horizons. And it's interesting that I've always wanted that kind of beach town vibe, and I'm going for it now in New Horizons. So though I'm constantly torn in New Horizons, there's so many cute items, it's kind of hard to pick a vibe. I don't know if anybody else who's playing New Horizons is struggling with this and what direction you want to take your island. Because on the one hand, I really like the natural beauty, and I like the mix of bamboo with the green trees and natural looking pathways and all that kind of stuff. Well, I don't have the path tool unlocked yet because I'm not time traveling, but I have little crappy stone paths I made. But I have a natural vibe going now, but then I keep seeing these really cute, colorful primary color items that of course grab my interest because that's kind of my thing. And I'm like, should I go in that direction and make it super toony and zany and wacky, or should I lean into the natural beauty? But for right now, I'm leaning into the whole natural beauty thing. And my boyfriend's playing, and he made his house he's making it like a nature reserve, which is basically a little mini museum at this point. But it'll be fun to have, if you guys have seen the turtles that you can catch, I think people are catching them in the southern hemisphere right now. The turtles will just walk around. They're not in a tank or whatever. So it'll be fun to get items like that to help build up his animal rescue kind of vibe he's got going on at his house. So definitely leaning into the nature there, and of course bamboo everywhere, and I've got a little orchard in my backyard and all that kind of stuff. But I'm really torn. There's so many awesome items in the game that you could really do anything you want. I have an idea of doing a theme parky type thing at the top half of my map, but I haven't unlocked the terraforming tools yet, so we'll see how I can construct my map around all that. I'm waiting for my museum to move tomorrow up to the upper right corner of the map, and I'll kind of build things around that too. So I don't know, I'm just rambling about New Horizons at this point, so probably should talk about the piece on screen. So here I am outlining, and it's interesting, my lining technique back then was kind of not good. I would outline things the way I used to with a Bic pen when I was in high school, where I would do these very itchy outlines. I wouldn't do solid, confident strokes to outline things. I would just kind of itchily draw, go over a line a million times until it looked right. And the final result looks okay, but if I was to do this over again with really smooth lines that are done in one stroke, it would look 100 times better. So it's just interesting to watch this back and see how much of that process has changed as well. But back to New Horizons. So I have Zucker in my town, not only because I really like him and I think he's cool, but he also shares my birthday, March 8th, so I think it's cool that my birthday buddy is in my town. So who are your guys' starter villagers, and who are you looking forward to inviting to your islands? I ordered some amiibo cards because there's villagers I want to kick out. Like, my camper today was Huck, and I can't wait for him to leave because as much as I like to promote that all villagers are cute to someone, like, the big pimple on Huck is not it. I can't not look at it. It's very distracting. So he's getting the boot ASAP. I'm probably going to scan in, like, I want to have mostly bird villagers because currently I'm going for like a tropical tiki room kind of, thing. So I might scan in like Keaton or somebody like that. But I went out of my way to buy a bunch of amiibo cards on eBay just so I could scan in people and boot out people that I'm not interested in. But I've been loving the game so far. I would love to do a video of me just like ranting about my experience so far as a longtime player who doesn't time travel, because I feel like a lot of the YouTube reviews are either from professional gaming websites where maybe the person playing hasn't played all the installments of the series. The only one I haven't played is Wild Worlds, but other than that, I've played all of them. And the other reviews are from people that are like time traveling and unlocking everything really quickly. And I think it would be more interesting to hear from somebody that's just like playing the game day by day, I'm not really opposed to time traveling. I did it in every other game in the series, but with this game, I just want to try playing it day by day, and I'm finding it really satisfying to wake up to a new development every day instead of skipping through the whole game. But I don't care if you guys time travel, you do you, but I don't know, I might do a thoughts on video where I talk about what I like about this game versus New Leaf and my hopes for the future updates in the series and things like that. And so here, what's interesting, now talking about the piece again, I feel like I'm playing volleyball, just talking about the piece and then talking about New Horizons, but the shading technique here is pretty similar to what I do now, where, I'm painting with the light. I, duplicated the coloring layer, made it desaturated, more purple, though I feel like I should have made it less gray. I feel like the shadow cut layer feels a little bit gray. Maybe that's okay. I don't know. I would have done it differently these days, but regardless, I'm painting with the light the way that I still do now, so that technique hasn't changed much in the past couple of years, just maybe the color choice has definitely changed, or my taste in color has changed over the years, which is fun to see too. Overall, I actually really like how these characters turn out in this piece, like, aside from my problems with the line art quality, and maybe I could do a more interesting perspective, or, all these things I could fix, coulda, woulda, shoulda if I was redoing it now. Otherwise, I'm pretty happy with how they all look. I think they look pretty cute, and I think they reflect the in-game characters with a little added stylization on top. And I actually really like how Frida came out too. I see people that are getting her as like a starter in their New Horizons island, and they're not happy with her, but I have an affinity for all these ones that I've drawn. So eventually I'm gonna grow to love every villager, I think, except maybe Huck. He's definitely gotta still go from my town, but yeah, I actually really like how Frida came out. Looking at her now, all her weird little french fry bits and pieces and her little burger head. She's just very goofy, and I kind of like that about her. I still like the theme of them working at like a little hole-in-the-wall, like, fast food place like this. But I'm hoping that they add more villagers in the future that are food-themed, that I can expand on this idea and do some different, like, cutesy little malt shop diner kind of things, or whatever, explore some different ideas, because I think this idea is cool and I'd like to visit it again in like a redo it kind of way, but I would like to add another villager to the mix. Maybe I'll just have a couple more villagers as customers, because for this one I just have Blanca, who is notably missing from New Horizons, sadly, but I wanted to have somebody kind of neutral, and who is more neutral than the cat that literally doesn't have a face, so I have her as the clientele at the window, but maybe I'll have a, excited line of customers at the next version I do of this picture. And it's so weird to go from doing, a video a day I had coming out for that 10 series, and now I'm back to the weekly video. It almost feels like it's been, like, ages since my last video. It's kind of weird how your perception of time changes so much, and of course with playing Animal Crossing all day, my perception of time is totally warped. I don't even know what day it is unless Isabelle or Tom Nook tells me what day it is, so I think for my next little mini series I want to do on this channel, I want to draw all of the villagers and special characters who are missing from New Horizons, like, you know, Brewster's missing, Blanca's missing, Rover's missing, all these characters that are just kind of missing in action from New Horizons. Maybe do a series of like the people that were missing in this new game. I think that would be a fun little series to do. So let me know who your favorite missing special character is. You know, I think a lot of people are hoping that Brewster will come in an update very soon. I know Leaf is coming in an April update very soon, I think for Earth Day, so looking forward to that. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know what you think of this piece. Overall, I still think it turned out pretty cute, though it's interesting to see how much I could improve by redoing it today. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back with another Animal Crossing video next week, so be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of all my new uploads. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a fantastic rest of your day.